All right. Are you looking for help with prospecting for probate listings? Well, if you are, you've come to the right spot. In this quick little video, I'm going to show you how to find probate court information on the Missouri side. If you're an Illinois agent, there's a different system for this, so I'm not going to cover that in this video. This video is just for the Missouri side. If you were at the Jimmy Burgess event with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Select Properties at the St. Louis Realtors building on the 1st of June, you might remember part of Jimmy's presentation talking about listing strategies. One of those strategies being hunting down the have to sell properties including divorce cases, relocation listings, and probate listings. So what is probate? Probate is the process when someone passes away, and basically the court approves who is going to be responsible for divvying up the estate and all the assets in the estate of that deceased person. So in the state of Missouri, we luckily have a free tool where we can find these probate case records. It's called Missouri Casenet. So let me share my screen here. There we go. You can see, all right, I am on Google. The first thing you want to do is just finding Casenet if you're not familiar. So go on Google, search for Missouri Casenet. Here's my first result. Once you get there, if you're going to do this on a regular basis and create this as part of your system for prospecting for probate listings, you might as well just bookmark it or memorize the web address. So here we go, opening up Casenet. On this main page here, in order to find the probate records, we don't, obviously have the person's name. If you had the person's name, great. You could go into litigant name search. But if we're just looking to look through all the probate records, what we're going to do is we're going to click on the filing date search. So we'll get to this page. We're going to search for cases in this drop-down option is going to filter it by location. So it's all filtered by county. So in this video, I'm just going to do St. Louis County. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to filter it by 7-day search period. So in this system, this free system, you've got to filter it by a 7-day search period. It is the 2nd of June. I'm going to go back to last week, May 25th. That's going to be the start of my 7-day search period. Case status, I've got all pending or disposed. So pending is going to be any probate case that the case is open. The details and the records are here in Casenet, but the case is still open. It has not been closed yet. If I click on disposed, that means that essentially that the case is closed. Probate cases in St. Louis County, for example, they can take up to like 9 months to over a year in order to be closed. So if you are looking at cases that are already disposed, very, very, very likely that the decisions for the real estate property in that probate case have already been made. So if you're looking at disposed cases, it's probably too late. So you want to look at the ones that are pending. Now we're going to go down to case type. We're obviously going to filter this to probate. In St. Louis County and other counties, you will be given a location option where it'll give you the option to look through the records for all these different municipal courts in the St. Louis County area. For probate cases, I have not found that to be worthwhile filtering it to any of the municipal courts. So just leave it as all. Then you're going to click find. And in our 7-day search window starting May 25th through May 31st, the pending probate cases in St. Louis County, we've got 80 entries. So this doesn't mean 80 new cases have been filed in that timeline. This just means that there are 80 cases in that 7-day timeline that are still in pending status. They could be brand new. And that's where you'll see date filed, or they could be, months into the case. So all you're going to do here is you're going to click on the case number. And when you click on the case number, the first thing you see here is just the case header tab. That's just going to be some basic details about the case. You're going to want to click over to the next tab over, parties and attorneys. Parties and attorneys, this is going to This is going to basically give you the information on the parties, the deceased, the property address, any heirs or personal representatives, as well as any attorneys that are working this case. So for this case, the deceased is this gentleman here. Here's his address, and then the heir is this gentleman here, and the affiant for the case is this gentleman here. And then on here, on this side, over on the right-hand side, you're going to see the attorneys for the case. So when you are trying to prospect for these listings, you got a few different options. You could go to the address here. This address here in Creve Coeur. Now, if the person is deceased and there's no one living there, door knocking, sending mail there, putting a door hanger on the outside of the door may not get you anywhere if no one is actually collecting that mail. No one's actually, at that property on a regular basis. The mail could be forwarded. And so maybe if the mail is forwarded, it gets to the right hands ultimately. Maybe the mail is not forwarded, and maybe you're just mailing stuff into a giant accumulating pile of mail just inside the front door. You may want to, instead of targeting mailing to the property, you may want to target mailing to the addresses listed for the other parties in this probate case. And if you can't get in touch with them, you could always go to the attorney and try to get in touch with the attorney that's working the case. So got a few different options there. Remember, these are have-to-sale properties. Majority of the time in these probate cases, the property is going to be sold. These are great opportunities for you to find listings. And if you recall in Jimmy Burgess's presentation, he also added a little, comment about the probate listings. You've got a real great chance to provide value for being the local realtor when the parties involved in the case are out of town. So they're living out of town. The property is here in town. They may be looking for a realtor that can help them deal with this and provide some value while they're out of town. You can still provide value, and you can pick up these listings for parties that are in town, but the out of town parties, there's a greater opportunity there to provide value, being that local real estate expert here in town. So hopefully this video was helpful for you. If you're going to do this, you got to do this systematically. Remember, you can only search in 7-day increments. So you may want to set a system for yourself of logging back in here and finding new cases that have been entered into Casenet, as well as checking in on the status for the cases that you have been following. So we're on the parties and attorneys tab here. If we go one over docket entries, then when we go through docket entries, this will give us a timeline of where that case is at and what progress has been made so far. So hopefully this is helpful for you. Good luck to you if you are going to be prospecting for probate listings. These are have-to-sell properties, and these are great opportunities for picking up clients that are dealing with lifestyle changes. These are great opportunities for us to provide more inventory to our buyers in this tight market. Thanks, everyone.